Hello and welcome, hello and welcome to my channel. We usually make beautiful bodies here, but today we're gonna make a beautiful body on paper. Actually, we're gonna create some art. But for this project, you don't need any skill or any artistic talents for this one. We're actually gonna take all of the stress that people associate with art. We're gonna take that out and make it a relaxing process. So if you're ready to make some relaxing art, let's work on our souls. Alright guys, let's look at what we're gonna need to do this project. First up, we need a laptop. It could be a laptop, it could be a phone, a PC, a TV, anything that you can go on the internet with, and also anything that the light shines through, because we are going to trace. Next up, we're gonna need paint, right? So I'm gonna use this color. Go for something that doesn't have an oil basis, so don't buy oil paint. Maybe go for something like craft paint, because if you buy something with an oil basis and you're gonna paint on the type of paper that we're gonna use, the oil is going to leak throughout the painting and it's gonna look nasty. All right, next we're gonna need an eraser, so we're gonna erase all our problems. Okay, next up we're gonna need a pencil, right? We don't want a pencil that is too dark because we are just gonna use it to draw a line and then erase it. Next up we're gonna need a pen like this. It's not a normal pen, it's a pen that releases more ink when you draw. Right, something like that. Next up, we're gonna need a paintbrush. Could be any paintbrush. Then we're gonna need some scissors. Then we're gonna need paper. Now for paper, it could be any size depending on your frame. But the main thing with the paper is that we want thin paper because we are going to trace. Right, next up and lastly, we need a frame. So for frame wise, it could be any frame that you maybe have at your home or can buy very cheap, but maybe go for something that fits the style of your painting. So mine is very minimalistic and my painting is also very minimalistic. Alright, that is what we will need for this project. Let's go make some art! Right, your first step is to go to Google and find a picture that you would like to draw. When you have that picture, resize it to fit the frame. So this is what we will be doing today. As you can see, it's a very minimalistic drawing of a woman, and there is some blobs also there. So an easy step here is to take the back of your frame, put it on your paper, and then draw a line around it to see how big your paper should be. Now cut out the piece of paper. Display the picture on your laptop. Make sure that the paper isn't moving around. When you trace, it's very important to draw with the light hand. Make sure that there's very little pressure on your screen because you might damage your laptop. If you're scared of damaging your laptop, rather print out the picture and trace it by holding it next to a window. Light will shine through, giving it the same effect as your laptop. Now with your pen, preferably with a black pen, you're gonna draw out the lines. We're not gonna draw or paint too much because in minimalism, less is better. So let's talk about this minimalist art form to understand it better. The term minimalist refers to anything that is stripped to its bare essentials. Minimalism was a rejection against abstract expressionism. Art that falls under abstract expressionism is art of pure thought and emotion. The minimalists believe that a work of art shouldn't refer to anything outside itself. Art is here stripped of any external messages and motives. It is detached from its creator's emotional state. So they believe the absence of something brings out that which is there, making it stand out even more. So you want to make sure that you don't smudge everything, and you're going to wait a bit for the ink to dry, and then you're going to go ahead and erase all the pencil marks. Right, so get your paint and decide on a color. You might want to go for a color that matches the rest of your space. And go ahead and paint. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure that you're not using too much paint, because the more paint you use on a thin paper, the more wrinkly the paper gets. I find minimalist art so relaxing because it oversimplifies reality. We live in such a chaotic world, and at times it can be too much. And it's not just that it's chaotic around us, it's also chaotic within ourselves. Minimalist art reminds us that we sometimes have to simplify our thoughts as well as things around us to be able to see things more clearly. While you're waiting for it to dry, let's listen to some beautiful flute music played by me.
One eternity later.
So I think it's dry. Let's put it in a frame. If you like this video and like this way of doing art, please give me a like and a subscribe and ring the notification bell. Goodbye.